Hi and welcome. Today's class is all about lower back. Now, I think it's very easy to say, oh, you got lower back problems, is this one thing? And the truth is it can be a million different things. What I see the most is what is needed is lengthening and strengthening and release. So this is what this class is about. So it's not there are some real classical lower back relief as twists and stuff, but it's also about, can we strengthen the glutes? Can we lengthen? Can we floss the femoral nerve and maybe address the sciatic nerve as well? So we're trying to go a little bit further than just the traditional, I'm tight in my lower back, I'm going to take a forward fold and hang, and then I'm going to take a twist. Because the truth is, it can be an array of things. Now, this class is not for I have pain in my lower back because I have disc problems. Yoga for disc, collapsed disc is something very different. I have a series elsewhere on the website. It's under speciality, I think. So you can find specific classes for that there, but that's a very different thing from just your normal lower back pain. So with that said, come to a nice comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall. And start breathing through your nose, finding that breath, that deep belly breath. Slowing everything down. Putting your mind in a safe place. Simply using your breath. And blink your eyes open. And I want you to slowly start circling your torso. And make the circle big, make the circle weird. We want to move the spine in all kinds of direction. And if this is difficult for you, just slow down the movement. So it's okay to move super slow, but really get in there. And change direction. So often low back pain is caused by us sitting down too much. And sitting down gives us weak, elongated glutes. It gives us tight hamstrings. It gives us short, tight hip flexors. That front nerve, femoral nerve, gets really entangled and tightened. And it also gives us a weak core. So we're going to address a little bit of all of those. Come to center. And make your way onto all four. And start moving into your cat-cow. And moving slow enough to where you feel every vertebra moving. And come to center. Lift your right arm up. And exhale, thread the needle. Walk those left fingertips forward. Then I want this to be a little bit of a return. Kind of pull that right sit bone back a little. So that becomes, you're creating a swirl in your body. So the twist is starting to stretch all the way down into your lower back. Come back to center. Lift your left arm up. Same thing, thread the needle. And come back to center. Take another couple of cat-cows. Find your neutral. Lift your right leg up. Point your toes. A little bit of resistance in your belly here. And pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Again, engage the belly because we don't want this to happen in the lower back. We want to move it into the glute. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it back down. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back. Keep your knees bent. And we're going to do that full body roll. Start rolling forward vertebra by vertebra. Coming in towards your plank, lower your hips, open up your chest. And roll all the way back. One more time. Roll forward. And back. And find that first down dog of the day. Walk it out, explore. Remember, it's okay that your heels off the mat. If it feels good to keep that little bit of bend in your knees, go for it. Why not? And then walk to the front of your mat. And come into your ragdoll forward fold. Make sure you have bend in your knees. Even if you have the most flexible hamstrings in the world, I still want you to bend the knees. I see so often in a yoga class, I'll say bend the knees, and I see like a third of the people standing like this. Bend. It makes me want to walk up to them and just like, woo. So bend the knees. Feel the belly melt onto your thighs and hang. Just going to allow yourself, your body to lengthen. Allow that back body to lengthen. So you're not forcing anything. You're just letting gravity do the work here. And if a little bit of movement feels good, maybe it's gently swaying, a little bit of bobbing up and down, go for it. And then slowly roll up to standing, vertebra by vertebra. Come all the way up. Reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step back to plank pose. Come all the way down onto your belly. Inhale. Cobra, your variation. So you might not be as high as me. Maybe you're doing a little baby cobra. Do what feels right for you. Do what you can do with your shoulders away from your ears. Put a little bit of engagement in your glutes. And lower back down. Tuck your toes. Lift up into a plank pose. And back to down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step forward, come into a lunge. Reach your arms up. Engage your glutes. So if you're a little bit confused, am I engaging my glutes? Always feel free to just go, hey, are they on? It always helps to put a hand on whatever you are not sure you're engaging, just to make sure. And then take your right arm back, left arm forward, come into an open twist. And we're going to do this little dynamic movement. So in one sweep, what we're going to do, we're going to take our hands to our hearts. And we're going to step that back foot forward. Lift that left knee out in front. And as we do that, we're going to take the right elbow to the left knee. And then we're going to step back. And we're going to do 3 of these. So 3, 2, and 1. Untwist, lower your back knee, come into a half split. Pull that right thigh bone into your hip socket. And then I want you to start moving in between pointing and flexing. It's that little sciatic nerve floss. If you've taken the nerve floss class that I posted literally a few days ago, you'll remember that I talked about you can have tight muscles, you can also have tight nerves. And the nerves don't react the same way as muscles do. Muscles like to get stretched. Nerves like to be flossed. So we're basically doubling up right now. We're flossing the nerve and we're also lengthening that hamstring. Keep a long, strong spine here. So imagine the belly melting onto your thigh, not about getting your nose down to your shin. And next time you flex the foot, let it stay there. I want you to inhale, lift your right arm up, twist. And then see if you can lift that right foot up and take it back. So you can find your balance here. It's okay to wobble, that's good for us. We have to engage the core a little. And then I want you to take that right elbow and right knee together and open back up. And together and open. Got 3 more to go. 2 and 1. Come into a plank pose. Move through your vinyasa. Lift your left leg up. Step forward. Come into your lunge. And again, just make sure those glutes are on. That came with a sound effect. Left arm back, right arm forward. And we're going to do that dynamic movement again. So hands to your chest or to your heart. Step forward and twist. And back. And forward and twist. And back. Last one. Forward and twist. And back. Lower the back knee. Come into your half split. And again, We're going to floss that sciatic nerve. And next time you flex, keep it there. Lift your left arm up, twist. Lift your left foot. Find that balance. Exhale, knee and elbow comes together for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to plank pose. Vinyasa. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step forward, come into your lunge. And then I want you to lower the back knee down. And you're going to pivot that lower leg out to the side. You're going to come into what I like to call pirate pose because, is that like lame yoga humor? I don't know. Place your right hand on your thigh. Lift your left arm up. Take it to the back of your head. And you're going to sink in and curl in. And open. And curl in. Open. Curl in. Open. Curl in. Come back to your low lunge. Hands to the mat. And I want you to step your right foot back and come into a side plank. Make sure you don't collapse on that left shoulder. You're lifting up. Your whole body's working really hard. Right hand comes back to the mat. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Interlace your hands behind you. Reach your hand back towards your heels. Lift your chest off the ground. Lift your legs. Come into a locust pose. You're using your whole body, back body here. Engaging, engaging, engaging. Lifting, lifting, lifting. And release. Slow the breath down. Hands by your chest, tuck your toes, lift up into a plank pose. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Step forward. Come into your lunge. Lower the back knee. Pivot that back leg out to the side. Place your left forearm on the thigh, right fingertips behind your head, sink into the lunge. And exhale, curl in and open. Curl in, open. Curl in and open. Come back to your lunge. And come onto your right hand, side plank. And again, make sure you're not collapsing into that shoulder. You're lifting up. Your whole body is working. Reaching through your fingertips. Come back to your plank pose. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Interlace your hands behind you. Come into your locust. Reaching through your tippy toes. And release. Come into a Sphinx pose. Shoulders away from your ears. Slowing the breath down. Remember, even if your instinct is telling you to start breathing through your mouth, you're going to override that. You're going to keep breathing through the nose. And you can stay in Sphinx, or you can push into your hands, lift your forearms off the mat, come into a seal pose. Make sure your shoulders didn't just slide up to your ears. And we're going to do that little femoral nerve floss. I want you to bend your right knee and take your chin to your chest. Lower and look up. Bend and straight. Bend and straight. Bend and straight. One more. Bend and straight. Other side. Over onto the left leg. Bend, tuck the chin. Straight, look up. Bend and straight. Bend and straight. Bend, straight. One more. Bend and straight. And come all the way down. Soften the breath. Lift up onto all four. Take a couple of cat-cow. Cross your shins. Walk your hands back, come to seated. And bend your knees. Hug your knees to your chest. Lift your heart. So you're balancing on your butt. Keep lifting, lifting, lifting your heart. And then let go of your legs. Lift your feet. You're still bending your knees. You're still lifting your heart. Hold it. And lower your feet. Lower your back to the mat. Activate through your feet. Activate through the back of your shoulders and lift up into a bridge pose. Squeeze your butt. And lower back down. And come into a happy baby. Grab the outside of your feet. If this is too much, you can always grab the back of your thighs. A little from side to side. And release your feet. Hug your knees to your chest. And then let your left leg come flat down. Keep hugging your right knee. Give it a good squeeze. Take your time here. And then come into reclined twist. And melting both of your shoulder blades into the mat. And lengthen your body. And come back to center. And over to the other side. And again, you're going to take your time here. Just give that left knee a good squeeze before you come into the twist. And twist. Come back to center. And find your Shavasana. Close your eyes. Relax your body, relax your breath. Remember, stay here as long as you need. Not as long as you want to, as long as you need. And thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.